no objection, I'm gonna call the meeting to order. Secretary, would you call the roll?
Scott Osbrooks,
Present.
Lawrence Bengel, Chris Colclaser,
Here.
Joe Fox,
Here.
Miles Goggins, Richard McMullen,
Here.
Doug Melton,
Here.
Ms. Moss,
Here.
Robert Reynolds,
Here.
Richard Robles,
Here.
David Vandergrift,
Here.
Wes Ford,
Here.
Quorum.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda will be we're having technical difficulties. I make a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I move approval of the minutes of July 23rd meeting.
There, second. Second. Please call the roll. All in favor? Aye. Opposed by that. Next item on the agenda will be the department briefing. Link.
Yeah, we'll fix it.
Yeah, that should do it.
Sorry. It's late. Please.
Thank you all, Mr. Can you hear me here? Hello, does that work? Okay, perfect. Hi, good morning. My name is Julie Link. I serve as the Chief Administrator of the Environment for the state of Arkansas. Appreciate having the opportunity to address you all. I think this is the first time I've done so in my official capacity. I was appointed to this position on July 1st by Governor Hutchinson. And it's been a huge learning curve, lots going on, but a couple of matters that I think would be of interest to the commission. First and foremost, we just returned from the EPA's Region 6. They are not fully functional now, but they did agree. We've got a hotel room at our own cost with a room that they would actually come in and do business with us. So it was our first in-person meeting with Region 6 since the pandemic. And we had two very important issues, many that y'all may have to grapple with later on with our Rule 2 and a NACA permit. But we were able to get some face-to-face contact with Region 6, and I think at least move it further along to where each of our touchy points are with one another. So there will be more to come on that. And I think the biggest thing that came of that trip to Dallas is news that a new regional administrator, we should expect them to be in place in the next 2 to 3 weeks. So it's our estimation that some of the stuff is really in a holding pattern. So they don't have to go basically through 2 administrative teams in order to get the sign off. So that's the big news that we have going on right now. And if there are any questions, otherwise, I know we have a very big schedule today, and I'm very jealous about the Remington tour. It was exceptional. We have some enforcement actions there, so I figured they wouldn't want me there, and I probably shouldn't be there. So I'm sorry I missed that, but thank you all for inviting me to speak, and I look forward to getting to work with you all in the future. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, does anybody have any questions?
Yes,
Ms. Link.
Please, Mr. Chair. This is not critical, but one of the things that's bothered me and has continually, and I get asked by stakeholders in Northwest Arkansas, is what is the status of the rules? Would it be in realistic to ask that we could get a monthly briefing on that. Some of these are very vital to the stakeholders in Northwest Arkansas, and they want to know, where are these things? What is the status? When might we expect public hearings? When can we expect this to come back before this body for approval or disapproval? And a lot of this is really nice information, but this is really the business this body is about, is rulemaking. And I don't know how the other commissioners feel, but I would certainly like to see a briefing that would include the status of these rulemakings that we have setting out there. That it's, you know, they kind of seem to disappear out there. But when I get asked, it's like, I have no idea whatsoever. So, like I said, not to be critical, but if we could include that in our future briefings, it would certainly be helpful.
Absolutely. And Commissioner Melton, when I first arrived at the agency, we're in a general counsel role, but there was a subcommittee of this group that dealt with rulemaking. We met 30 minutes before the commission meeting with that rulemaking subcommittee. And I found it to be very helpful on both sides. I don't know if that's something either formally or informally you would like to do, but what it does is allow us to really sit down and maybe have more of a dialogue about some of those punch points and really have a more robust discussion about where the rule is or where it's going. But that's something that we would absolutely, and I know we're all a little bit off of COVID and what's live and what's not live, but if that's something that would be the pleasure of the commission, it's something that I think would be wonderful for both sides to know where we are. But other than that, I would also be glad to tender a report.
The secretary sends us status in a written report, maybe just doing a matrix on that. So when we aren't meeting, at least we receive that monthly and we can answer questions intelligently, which is a chore for me. I realize that, but it would help in having sort of a little crib sheet like that.
Yes, and one thing with the rulemaking, and particularly at the last 2 weeks with Rule 2, it is a moving target, and with EPA's voice and all of that. So it really would be nice for us to have someone on this commission where we could have more than once a month communication, just to let y'all know when maybe something that's zagging left is starting to zag to the right and things like that. So I've been relatively new to this job, but I've been amazed at how quickly the tides can turn on these rules, and they start going down a rabbit hole and then you get them out. So I absolutely understand your position. We get asked about them a lot, and I can't imagine in Northwest Arkansas how difficult it is for you, because yeah, they're vital to entire operations and developments and industry. So a lot of people waiting for those results. We can do better there, and we'd love to partner with you to do that.
Sure, maybe I'm not sure that committee is subcommittee or committee is met. Yes,
Didn't know it existed.
I think our nomination committee meets, of course, annually.
Right. I would like to have something that went to the whole commission. I would be more interested in that.
I think that'd be more valuable.
A monthly report of status
Well,
to the whole commission.
next month, the matrix you will have.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for bringing that up. Next item on the agenda. Next item on the agenda will be proposed commission meeting dates for the next year. Do you have those for you?
Mr. Chairman, you circle back. I'm sorry to interrupt, but there should be a line item on here for public comment before you get into the commission reports. And maybe now would be the opportune time to ask.
Are there any public comments? Hearing no public comments,
No public comments.
we'll move on
All right.
to the proposed commission meeting dates for 2022. Yeah, before we do, I have a motion to approve the adoption. Second. Motion is second. Any comments? All in favor, signify by aye. Aye. Opposed?
Who was the second?
Mr. Reynolds. We're going to have the resolution. Good. We're going to have the resolution.
I don't have the resolution.
He's got it.
All right.
Should be in the folder.
Also here.
It was item, Mr. Chairman.
We have a resolution honoring Mr. Bruce Holland for his term on the Arkansas Pollution Control and Ecology Commission. And he served 5 years and 3 days on the commission, and we need to pass a resolution to honor his service. Do I have a motion to approve the resolution?
So moved.
Second.
Motion second, any discussion? All in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed by like sign. We'll pass over. Right along the agenda. Next item will be Arkansas Wastewater Licensing Committee, Healy. Someone representing Mr. Healy?
Good morning. I'm here for Richard Healy this morning. My name is Leslie Allen Daniel. I'm in the Office of Water Quality in the wastewater licensing section. The first thing was the reappointment for the wastewater licensing committee member, Jeff Ford, reappointment to our wastewater licensing board. I'll answer any questions that anybody has.
Any questions from the commission? Not to hear a motion to approve this reappointment.
So moved.
I'll second.
Motion a second to approve the reappointment. Please, we need to call the roll for that, please. The secretary.
Scott Osborne,
Yes.
Lawrence Engel,
Yes.
Chris Colclaser,
Yes.
Bill Fox,
Yes.
Rob Goggins, Richard McMahon,
Yes.
Doug Mountain,
Yes.
Leslie Moss,
Yes.
Robert Reynolds,
Yes.
David Vandergriff,
Yes.
Les Moore.
Yes.
Approve.
Everybody votes.
Yep, no.
Thank you. Yes, we have the recommendation for the appointment of Austin Brainsfield to a vacant position on our board, vacated by this position is to be held by a municipal operator, which he does. He holds a class 4 wastewater license in the state of Arkansas. So I will answer any questions that you have about Mr. Brainsfield.
Second.
Motion second to approve the nomination. Any discussion? Secretary, you call the roll.
Scott Osborne,
Yes.
Lawrence Engel, Chris Colclaser,
Yes.
Bill Fox,
Yes.
Richard McMahon,
Yes.
Doug Mountain,
Yes.
Leslie Moss,
Yes.
Robert Reynolds,
Yes.
David Vandergriff,
Yes.
Les Moore.
Yes.
Appointment's approved. Thank you very much.
Thank you very
Appreciate
much.
your day. Next item on our agenda is appeals matter. Councilor Allister representing the department. Wendy will represent cards. Under our rules, you each have 15 minutes. Allister, you can reserve your time.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I think Mr. Whitby may join me in respectfully requesting that we defer oral argument on this until next month, or until the next meeting. We've been kind of discussing a proposed minute order this morning, and Mr. Whitby is that for the
Sorry to butt in, Mike.
no, please.
The agency this morning came forward with an alternative proposed minute order that differed from the one submitted a little over a week ago with the request for oral argument. It has changed the dynamics of this. I will speak here for mine for the agency, but our understanding is DEQ is not opposed to administrative law judge's recommended decision so far that says the district did issue a decision with regards to CAR's request for a bond. That decision was not supported by substantial evidence that should effectively end the matter. CAR's retained some concern that leaving it at that point. I'm sorry, you forget you have it on sometimes. Cards retain some concern at this point that calling it in would bring a close to this procedure, this matter, and leave cards without any alternatives if the EQ changes its mind about cards applying for a permit. So the point of deferring the oral argument for the commission's next meeting is to allow cards time to submit a permit application for its expanded throughput capacity at its transfer station, and allowing the agency to start processing that permit.
You're asking if we continue this matter until the next period.
Yes, that's a joint request.
We have a motion.
It's the Indians.
Motion. A motion second to grant continuance on this matter for our next meeting. Please call the roll.
Todd Osbrook,
Need to recuse this matter.
Lawrence Daniel,
Recuse this matter.
Yes.
Oops, sorry.
Chris Copeland,
Yes.
Richard McDonald,
Yes.
Doug Mountain,
Yes.
Rusty Moss.
Yeah.
No?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Robert Reynolds,
Yes.
David Vandergriff,
Yes.
Wes Ward.
Yes.
We have 2 recusals and 8, okay.
Always in favor of lawyers trying to work something out. Thank you, gentlemen, very much. Well, we've reduced the
I didn't-
agenda considerably, yes.
I would like to give my heartfelt thanks and appreciation to the judge pulling off one of the greatest field trips I've ever had. Thank you very much. It was enjoyable, educational, and a high point of my life. It was just great. Thank you very much.
Oh, Commissioner, I hope that wasn't the high point.
It was one of them. That was just fascinating. That was fascinating. Thank you very much.
And I hope everybody did enjoy it. I certainly enjoyed it. It was very educational. And for those commissioners that unfortunately did not make it yesterday, boy, did you miss out.
Yeah. Appreciate it very much.
Yeah, no problem. And I will send out an email from the commission to Remington thanking them for the hospitality and that Jordan, that's on my plate for this afternoon. One caveat for the parties in terms of, I guess their 11th hour, potential settlement is it's conceivable that we will not have a meeting for the next couple of months. If we do not meet in December, the parties are aware that the next meeting will be at the end of January. Is that okay with everyone?
We will not be December then.
Well, we have a meeting set for December, but if we don't have anything to vote for or vote on for our past practice, we may not meet in December. And I say that because the last couple of Decembers, we have not met. So we've had a pretty large gap between this meeting and our January meeting. I just want the parties to be cognizant of that possibility.
Can we not meet by Zoom?
We could look, you could always.
If we need to expedite their decision.
If that is on the agenda, then obviously we will meet because it requires a vote. So if it's something that you're going to put on the agenda that requires a vote, if it's a settlement, then obviously we don't need to do that. But if it's something that we require in terms of a vote, we want to have a war argument. Just be aware that you're going to need to let us know that ahead of time, so we actually have a meeting.
So certainly, we hope it would not be necessary, but if so, we will proceed in a timely fashion to get it on the agenda.
Thank you. I guess the only thing, Mr. Chairman, to ask the commission is, where do you want to go next?
We've already had the conversation.
That's taking place, yes.
Madam Secretary?
Yeah, we don't have a minute order for, so we don't need one?
No, it was just on a motion.
Okay,
We got sufficient in terms of tabling it for the time being.
okay, sorry.
Okay.
There being no further business, I'm glad the meeting closed. Thank you all for coming.
And Mr. Chairman, I'm still waiting on the minute order on the
Nomination.
dates.
You're-
The rest of them came this way, now I have to go that way, so I need the dates. And then, that's just supposed to be here at 11. So I can screen this calculator.
Yeah.